the last round of
Horror Show.
From 1989, Society. What just general opinions, Jared? Right off.
Let's. Why don't we give a summation?
A summation? I got it right here.
Give the summation.
This is what I think IMDb had.
It's
An
a good
ordinary
place.
teenage boy discovers his family is part of a gruesome orgy cult for the social elite.
That's what the movie is.
Yeah, basically. Takes a while to get there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of funny shit that happens in between.
This is Jason's pick. Why don't we have Jason start?
Well, let me give a
tell him about it. Tell him a little bit about it.
Okay, you said 1989, which it did come out in 89 in the UK.
Right.
Actually, wasn't a US release till 92. Directed by Brian Yuzna, who also did the second and third Reanimator, Bride and Beyond, Return of the Living Dead 3, The Dentist.
Ticks. Daggone.
He's done some good stuff.
The Guyver. I want to point that one out.
Daggone.
The Guyver.
He did that daggone.
Yeah.
It was
Daggone.
And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
It was written, Frank. Rick Fry and Woody Keith. I don't know what they've done.
They did. Rick is known for Bride of Reanimator.
Oh, he wrote that?
He wrote that. And Woody wrote the... No, they both wrote Bride of Reanimator, according to my notes. What's your notes say, Jared?
They're familiar. You got a tagline?
Stuff.
You got a tagline on this?
No, I didn't get that.
In Beverly Hills, what you fear is only the beginning.
Damn. It's wicked. Is that the only one? They only have one?
That's the only one I found.
Did you
Distributed by Wild Distributed by Wild Street Pictures, and this wasn't released.
Loose.
This wasn't released on Blu-ray till 2015 by Arrow Video, and it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Did you know who did? Do you know who did the special effects on this one?
I've seen it, but I didn't.
A guy by the name of Screaming Mad George, who did work on Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4.
Yeah, that heater hums.
Got me hot, Jared.
It's going through the whole beginning.
Frank.
Nightmare on Elm Street 4
and 3.
and 3.
Freaked, An American Werewolf in Paris, Predator, Poltergeist 2, and Big Trouble in Little China.
Ooh, and what was it? What is it?
He's the guy that did the body horror effects at the end.
Yeah.
So, how old do you think the main character was when he played this teenage boy?
You're asking me a real
Yeah,
question?
his name's Bill Whitney. The character Bill Whitney, played by Billy Warlock.
28.
You hit it on the head.
Oh, that's how he looks.
Yeah. Did you also think he kind of looked like a lost Sheen? Like he looked
I was
had
gonna
the hair of Emilio, but the voice of Charlie.
I was gonna say if you put Michael J. Fox and Emilio Estevez
I had
together,
it written right there.
sounds just like Michael J. Fox. I kept waiting for Doc.
Yeah, a hair of Emilio, voice of Charlie, and a Marty McFly vibe.
Frank's putting together his perfect man.
Yeah, I would give him a 10. No, but my favorite line in this movie is when Billy and his girlfriend are at school, and he says, "I'm trying to tell you something here, and all you're doing is giving me a bunch of shit." I laughed so fucking hard because I've said that to somebody before. I felt his pain.
So what was your favorite scene? Because I know what mine was.
There's so much that happens at the end. Are you considering that one big?
Yeah,
long...
just the end is what I would go for. The end.
Okay, your favorite shot. That's what I guess I should get to. Your favorite shot when he goes in the bathroom and sees his sister taking a shower.
With like her tits on her back.
You get to see tits and ass.
Oh, here we are.
Hey-o.
I'll tell you what. I liked when they were. What did they call it? The shunting at the end.
Yeah.
When they had their mouths like suction cupped to the body or whatever. Mm-hmm. But that also at the end, it got a little bit weird and gross with how many lubed up old naked people there were. So, but of course, I took that as part of the horror. So, but also very not what I wanted to see.
When he pulls, what's his name? The tycoon.
The tycoon.
Yeah.
Ferguson.
When he pulls him inside out.
That was awesome.
The fingers out the eyes and the eyes pop out. That's what I would say is the best.
Yeah. I mean, I would say the ending's very erotic and sultry. If you want a sex scene, ladies and gentlemen, check out Society. But overall, I think that I'm right in the middle on this movie because I thought it took a while to get there, but once it got there, it was fucking wild.
And you can't go into this thinking it's a serious movie.
No, but you know what? Like the music it seems like I'm watching something different for some of it. Like it almost seems like you're watching a soap opera or something. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like
my problem with the movie was it pulls in two different directions of something that doesn't go together. Like all the head games they play with Bill Whitney, they shoot it like they're actually trying to make it Cronenbergy, right. like they're trying to do this big head trip. But it's so Ticks, Bride of Reanimator,
definitely.
They should have chose one direction or the other, and honestly, they didn't have the acting.
No.
To pull off, like when you're trying to do some kind of serious psychological type vibe, and you got Emilio Estevez with Michael J. Fox's voice saying,
dude, that hair
I'm
was
trying
fucking
to tell you
Emilio,
something, and you're
man.
giving me shit. Like they should have. And what ends up happening is they put so much of that in the first 2/3 that it was light on all this stuff you want to see in a cheesy campy movie. Now the end more than makes up for it. There is as much of that in the last 25 minutes of the movie as in a normal movie like that all throughout. The end is just insane.
I couldn't even describe the end to somebody. We can't even spoil it because it's impossible to describe what happens.
But yeah, the first 2/3 definitely is just, it's disjointed and it fails. The first 2/3 fails as a cheesy movie, and it definitely fails as like a Naked Lunch or a Videodrome style. Like it. It's weird to even say.
It doesn't fail.
Yeah, the first 2/3.
I disagree.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't fail.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't pull either one of those off.
But to say fail.
I enjoyed the first part of the movie because it reminded me of something you would watch late at night on Cinemax, like. That would be late on night on Cinemax.
Yeah, if there would have been more stuff like the end through the first 2/3,
this was a late night from.
It would be a fantastic all the way through cheesy movie.
Right.
They pulled. I mean, there's only like 2 deaths in the first 2/3, and you don't see either of them.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it really is just kind of rich people acting weird.
Well, actually, the one's not even a death because they bring him in.
It was
at the
faked.
end.
So what'd you give this movie?
I give it a 6. I think the first 2/3 of it are well lower than that. I found the first 2/3 fairly boring, and it doesn't go anywhere. The end pays off in such a great way, though, that it definitely makes the movie worth watching.
What'd you give it, Frank?
I give it a 5 because, like I said, I was right in the middle on it. Like, I thought the ending was like that. Whenever he pulls his fist out of Ferguson and the lips just go, that reminded me of something out of Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, I could see that.
Exactly. And the whole ending, although it was the old dudes, that was fucking. I saw, like. That one dude really took a long time to transform back into himself. And I thought that was a little bit not for me, but what can you say?
I'm right there with Jared. I gave it a 6.
I had to score it a little higher than average because through the whole first 2/3, I'm sitting there watching it saying, man, if this doesn't pay off at the end, this is not a very good movie. And I wasn't expecting it to. And then the end hits and it's like, oh, never mind. It paid off.
Yeah, I didn't know neither of you had seen this. I thought for sure.
Yeah, brand new to me.
Yeah.
Good.
I would remember. You
Yeah,
definitely would remember this.
I wasn't
There's no
sure how
way-
I missed it either. I mean, that's right up my alley. And Brian Yuzna
Yeah.
was a name that I would, when I see his name
Yeah,
on
and
stuff, I
maybe
would rent
that's
it.
maybe that's why I enjoyed it more than you guys, is because it was kind of nostalgic. I know for sure the cover that I have is different artwork, but I will say the cover had a I don't know, it was either like a guy in a tuxedo or a girl in a,
It's
like
the
a
girl.
dress.
It's probably the girl in the dress, kind of morphing a little
Yeah,
bit.
I remember that cover
Yeah,
a lot.
and I could see somebody with a Cronenberg vibe remaking the movie into something more serious, and it being creepy as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know Brian Yuzna's
Yeah.
Yuzna.
Yeah.
I can
Come
never
on,
say it.
Jared, for confidence in it.
If you know his stuff, you obviously know that he's not going to pull off anything Cronenbergy.
Right.
It's not going to work.
It was.
So I don't think the movie's a failure,
Middle of the road.
but I think what they did in the first half failed.
Worth a watch. Watch this movie.
If they could have spread that end throughout the whole movie, I'd have probably given it an 8.
Yeah, everybody should see the ending at least. I mean, for God's sakes, I don't even think I still comprehend it. I don't know what's happening. I have an idea, but I don't know. I liked it.